It's time now for the Muletrain News on this Thursday, January the 16th, 2025, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Church service for Rosemary Buckner at 90 of Lubbock, former long-time Muleshoe resident, is set for 11 o'clock Saturday morning, January the 18th, at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe with Dr. Stacey Connor. Officiating burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Rose died on Saturday, January the 11th, in Lubbock. She was born November the 27th, 1934 in Olton to Morris Shepard and Melissa Fanny Fowler Bush. She married Cliff Buckner in Whitharrell on November the 7th, 1959. Rose was a wonderful, loving mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and friend who was full of love and laughter. She was quiet. She was a quiet spirit and a gentle soul. Rose touched the lives of all who knew her and leaves behind a legacy of kindness and strength. She was an avid fan of Elvis Presley and George Strait, and their music was always a part of her life. She loved music and playing the piano and was always ready to play cards and games with her friends and family. Rose attended Trinity Baptist Church in Muleshoe and later joined First Baptist Church. She is preceded in death by her husband, Cliff, her parents, a granddaughter, Crystal Herring, and a sister-in-law, Karen Bush. Rose is survived by her son, Gary Lynn Herring, and his wife, LaDonna of Amarillo, two daughters, Donna Herring Johnson of Shallowater, and Edna Cockerell, and her husband, Roger of Justisburg, two brothers, Joe MacBush and his wife, Marilyn of Littlefield, Tommy Bush of Littlefield, her 8 grandchildren, Holly Barella, Russell Norris, Andrew Norris, Jimmy Atwater, Michael Herring, Dakota Herring, Dustin Herring, and Blake Buckner Cockerell. Her 15 great-grandchildren survive her as well, and her devoted friend, June Naney Allison of Lubbock. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Muleshoe Meals on Wheels program, 301 South 1st Street, Suite 110, Muleshoe, Texas, 79347. The family would like to thank Interim Hospice in Lubbock for their kindness. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, church service for Rose Marie Buckner, 90 of Lubbock, former longtime Muleshoe resident, is set for 11 a.m. Saturday morning, January the 18th, at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe with Dr. Stacey Connor. Officiating burial will follow in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please keep the Buckner family on your prayer list today. Rose was a very, very sweet lady. Memorial service for Maria R. Alvarado, 94 of Muleshoe, was held earlier in the week on Monday morning, January the 13th at Centerpoint Church with Jamie Johnson officiating. Maria died Wednesday, January the 8th here in Muleshoe. She was born August the 21st, 1930 in Mexico to Guadalupe and Maria Troncosco Romo. She was married to Blas V. Alvarado, who passed away in 1978. Maria loved to garden and her flowers. She enjoyed decorating for the holidays, dancing, and singing at church. She was a jokester and liked to be the center of attention wherever she was. Maria was an avid fan of the Texas Rangers baseball, Dallas Cowboys, and Chivas soccer. She was an excellent cook, and her favorites were chili rellenos, albondigas, and empanadas. Maria was always supportive, involved, and giving, and loved her family. She was a member of the Primera Iglesia Baptist Church in Muleshoe, and she was preceded in death by her husband, Blas, 2 sons, Guadalupe Romo and Guillermo Lemus, a daughter, Maria Anita Martinez, a sister, Clara Salazar, 2 brothers, Roberto Romo and Alfonso Romo, and a son-in-law, Hugo Ortiz. Maria survived by 4 sons, Mauro Lemus, and his wife Linda of Cushing, Oklahoma, Blas Alvarado Jr. of Belton, Missouri, Alvarado of Cushing, Oklahoma, and Wardo Alvarado and his wife Rachel of Muleshoe. 2 daughters, Susie Ortiz of Del City, Oklahoma, survivor as well, and Esmeralda Reyes and her husband Ramon of Tulia. The family suggests memorials be sent to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, 262 Danny Thomas Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38105. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, A memorial service was held earlier this week for Maria R. Alvarado, 94, of Muleshoe. Was held Monday morning at the Centerpoint Church here in Muleshoe with Jamie Johnson officiating. Please keep the Alvarado family on your prayer list today. Church service for Sammie Simpson, 92, a longtime resident of Bailey County, is scheduled for later in the month, 11 a.m. Monday morning, January the 31st, 2025, at the East Side Church of Christ in Morton, with Joey Pierce of Leveland officiating. Burial will be in the Morton Memorial Cemetery. Sammie died Wednesday, January the 8th, in Lubbock. She was born July the 21st, 1932, in Harmon County, Oklahoma, to Chester Lee and Inez Elizabeth Powers Clark. She married Ted Simpson in Shallowater on December the 2nd, 1951. Sammie was an avid genealogist and historian. Her efforts to preserve history encompass many states. While researching her family's history, she became a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and along with distant cousins, put a marker on her ancestors' grave in Virginia. Sammie was very involved with the historical commissions of Bailey County, where she served as chairman. Cochran and Hockley counties as well. She helped arrange bus tours to important sites across these counties. She was instrumental in getting Texas' Last Frontier Museum in Morton. She worked tirelessly at the Muleshoe Heritage Center, preserving the history of Bailey County, as well as the Trail of Living Water exhibit at the Muleshoe National Wildlife Refuge headquarters. She, along with Dolores Mosier and Eileen Martha, wrote a book about the trail and the 12,000 years of human history in the Portales Valley. She was a founding member of the Texas Plains Trail Region Board of the Texas Historical Commission Heritage Tourism Program. She researched and applied for Texas historical markers to be placed on several sites in West Texas, the most recent one honoring the pastores or sheep herders was placed near Enix, and of course we filmed that late last year and is available on our website, muleshoetv.com. She was a member of the West Texas Historical Association and wrote for the Lubbock Avalanche Journal's Caprock Chronicles. She and her colleagues contributed to the book Hidden Histories of the Llano Estacado, the Trail of Living Water. She was a member of the Quanah Parker Trail and West Texas Trail organizations. Sammie was a devout Christian and a longtime member of the Maple and Morton Churches of Christ. Her love of God and her desire to make life a better place for children led her to volunteering and supporting the Christian Children's Home in Portales, New Mexico, where she was a member of the Ladies Association. She hosted a large tea party for the residents at her home in Maple every summer, and we had some great times going out and interviewing Sammie and all of her friends out there that put on these beautiful tea parties for that Christian Children's Home girl residents over there in Portales, and she did that every summer for many, many years, and we filmed that and interviewed the girls many times. Sammie was a member of the East Side Church of Christ in Morton. She is preceded in death by her husband of over 70 years, Ted Simpson. Her parents, 3 brothers, Joe Frank, Wayne, and Wendell, a sister, Cleta, and a daughter-in-law, Connie Simpson. Sammie is survived by 2 sons, Dan Simpson of Maple and James Simpson and his wife Patty of Shallowater, her daughter Sandra Poole and her husband Wesley of Clovis, 5 grandchildren, Jonathan Poole, Andrew Poole and his wife Nikki, all of Lubbock, Eric Simpson and his wife Savannah, Allison Sweet and her husband Jonathan, and Emily Simpson, all of Shallowater, her 8 great-grandchildren, as well as her best friend and constant companion of 20 years, Eileen Martha of Maple. She is also survived by many nieces and nephews who were blessed by her presence for many years, including Debbie Hobgood. And repeating church service for Sammie Simpson, 92, longtime resident of Bailey County, is set for 11 a.m. Monday, January the 31st, at the East Side Church of Christ in Morton, Texas, with Joey Pierce of Leveland. Officiating. Burial will be in the Morton Memorial Cemetery. Please keep the family of Sammie Simpson on your prayer list today. We worked with her many, many times here at Channel 6 over the years, historical markers, and like I said, those tea parties. covering those, and Sammie will be very, very missed. She was very active as well for many years at the Muleshoe Heritage Center. Joel Patrick Riley, 74, of Irving, died Thursday, January the 2nd. In Irving, he was born December the 1st, 1950, in Muleshoe to Claude and Evelyn Nichols Riley, and grew up in a close-knit family. Joe Pat graduated from Muleshoe High School in 1969 and attended the University of Texas at Austin. He had a long career in the agribusiness sector, working with Valley Grain Products Incorporated, a leader in the snack and Mexican food markets. He started with the privately owned company immediately after the Muleshoe production facility was built. Later, he moved to Madera, California, where he was asked to oversee the production of multiple factories after his close friend and boss passed away suddenly. Joe Pat played a key role in the success of Valley Grain, specifically the Masa division, which was purchased by Archer Daniels Midland and later Azteca Milling. Joe eventually moved back to Texas, spending the balance of his career working as a sales manager with Azteca Milling, which afforded him an opportunity to travel extensively. Joe Pat was a beloved single father who loved his kids and grandkids dearly. He was independent, easygoing, and had a quick sense of humor with a soft spot for anyone in his life who was down on their luck. Though he lived in different places and traveled to many countries, he always considered West Texas his true home. He cherished the time spent with his lifelong friends from Muleshoe and his close circle of friends in Dallas, sharing stories, laughter, and plenty of good-natured ribbing over his beverage of choice, Coors Light. He loved to read, watch sports and westerns, reminisce, and tell a good story, always making friends wherever life took him. To those who loved him, Joe Pat was a steady presence and a constant source of love and support. His warmth, humor, and love for family will be deeply missed, but fondly remembered by all who knew him. Joe Pat was preceded in death by his parents, Claude and Evelyn Riley. He is survived by a son, Allie Riley, and husband, Edward Frigola of Los Angeles, California. His daughter, Burnley Riley Jaklovich, and her husband, Mike, of South Deerfield, Massachusetts. 3 grandchildren, Chloe Yaklovich and Liam Yaklovich and Declan Yaklovich, his brother Mike Riley and wife Marilyn of Lubbock, his half-sister Faith and husband Justin of Honolulu, Hawaii, 2 nephews, Lincoln Riley and wife Caitlin, and Garrett Riley and wife Lindsay, and several great nieces and nephews, as well as a large extended family whom he loved dearly. In lieu of flowers, the family suggests memorials be sent to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, 1702 East Highland Avenue, Suite 400, Phoenix, Arizona, 85016, or the charity of your choice. Condolences can be made at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. Please keep the family of Joe Pat Riley on your prayer list today. Well, you better get ready, as we finally got snow last week on Thursday, as we reported 4 inches of snow here in our backyard at 1011 West 3rd last week on Thursday. School got postponed, or got the kids got sent home early that Thursday, and then school was canceled Friday last week, and it disturbed a lot of the basketball schedules and other things that were going on there toward the end of that week. We still have a trace of snow around in some of the more shadowy areas around town, but it's mainly all gone. But we have some winter weather that is on the horizon again, and it's going to get cold, and we're going to get below freezing for 3 full days. So prepare your pipes for sure, and get ready for a very, very cold snap that is coming our way. In fact, it's going to be really, really nice today, as we should have a sunny day, high around 57 degrees, southwest winds around 10 miles per hour for the Muleshoe area. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 30, so a really mild evening and overnight as well tonight. West-southwest winds around 10 miles per hour. But we stay really warm tomorrow, but it's going to get nasty as the winds are going to blow tomorrow, I guess, as that cold front approaches. Patchy blowing dust between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Sunny, high near 60 degrees tomorrow. Then windy conditions with the west-southwest wind, 15 to 20 miles per hour, increasing to 25 to 30 miles per hour in the early afternoon Friday. Friday night, mostly clear, low around 22. So not bad for Friday temperature-wise, other than some really, really windy weather for at least half of the day, the first half of the day. But looking at Saturday, we'll get a little colder, mostly sunny, high near 41. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We can take that. Then Saturday night, a 20% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, low around 9 degrees. So much, much colder beginning Saturday night. Northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then Sunday, we won't see another day without getting out of the freezing mark. Mostly sunny, high near 29. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low around 6. Southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. Then on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, a 20% chance of snow showers, partly sunny, high near 25 degrees. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday night, a 20% chance of snow showers again, mostly cloudy, low around 5 degrees. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high only at 29 degrees. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low around 11. Then the cold snap ends, thankfully, after 3 days, and then Wednesday we'll get back up, sunny, high around 46 degrees. So be prepared. Who knows if we'll ever get any snow out of this, as the chances are very low. But Saturday night and then Monday all day, 20% chance of snow. But whether it snows or not, it's going to get cold, with our lows being in the single digits and our highs being below freezing for 3 days in a row, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then we'll pull out of it on Wednesday with a high at 46. Once again, we did get a good deal of snow last week. On Thursday last week, we reported 4 inches of snow here in our backyard, which equaled out about 45 1/100ths of an inch of moisture, so just under a half an inch of moisture in that snow. It was a nice, really wet snow, and it snowed pretty slow and steady all day on Thursday last week. And that is your cold weather forecast for the Muleshoe area for the next 7 days. Well, we covered this past Monday, did the live stream of the Muleshoe City Council meeting. So you'll make sure to want to watch that in its entirety, available free of charge on demand on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com. Of course, Cole Tellis, the mayor, signed a proclamation naming January the 26th, 2025, Magann Rennels Day here in Muleshoe, as that is her birthday. This January, she would have been 82 years old. I think I said last week in the Muletrain, mistakenly said 81. She will have been 82 this January 26th, but it will be Magann Rennels Day here in Muleshoe. He said some very, very kind words signing that proclamation, along with Gary Parker, some very nice words about Mom at the end of that Muleshoe City Council meeting. But there's several things you need to see that happened during that City Council meeting. Just go on over and watch it free of charge on demand whenever you want to. MuleshoeTV.com. See the live stream of the Muleshoe City Council meeting. And we want to say thank you. Both of my brothers came into town, and we had Dave and Liz Tips that flew in for it, and many, many people came. Carolyn and Royce Turner, and it was a wonderful turnout. And thanks to all those that came to celebrate the signing of the proclamation of Magann Rennels Day, and of course Colt and Ellis, the mayor, Ramon Sanchez, the city manager, Tamara Kane, the city secretary, all the city council members. Also, a big thanks to Annette Orozco, the director of the Senior Citizens Center, and all of her faithful volunteers and staff, Rosa, along with her board of directors and everyone there at the Senior Center, because at 4 o'clock before the city council meeting, they had a reception honoring Magann Rennels Day proclamation being signed, and it was just a beautiful event. Probably about 70 people showed up for that. Corky Green and Basil Nash, two judges, and many. I'm not going to get to start announcing. Thanks so much to Terry Young for showing up. That was amazing seeing Terry, but many, many people came out, and we appreciate it, and they made a bunch of wonderful, delicious treats, cookies and candies and nuts and drinks there for that reception, and a beautiful table with a floral arrangement as well. And thanks to Annette Orozco and everyone at the Senior Center for making that possible. Well, they announced at the city council meeting as well here in the coming weeks that the city of Muleshoe will be ordering their general election for Saturday, May the 3rd, 2025. All voting will take place on that day at City Hall. The city of Muleshoe will be holding a general election to elect District 1 and District 2 council members currently being held by Crystal Alarcon, District 1, and Lupe Mendoza, District 2. For those who wish to run for office, candidate packets are available for pickup from the city secretary's office, Tamara Kane, at City Hall. The first day to file for a place on the general election ballot is Wednesday, January 15th. The last day to file is Friday, February the 14th. The last day that an individual may register to vote in the general election is Thursday, April the 3rd. Early voting will be for all the elections will be held at City Hall, 215 South 1st Street from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. beginning Tuesday, April 22nd, and in Tuesday, April 29th. If you want for more information, call the city secretary, Tamara Kane, 272-4528. Again, this general election will be Saturday, May the 3rd. They have 2 seats up for election, District 1 and District 2 on the city council, which are currently being held by Crystal Alarcon and Lupe Mendoza. You can pick up your candidate packet now from Tamara Kane at City Hall, 215 South 1st Street. Well, lots and lots of news coming out of Monday meetings as the Muleshoe ISD Board of Trustees also met later last Monday evening, and out of that meeting was announced that our superintendent, Dr. R.L. Richards, is resigning to become a professor at LCU, in the doctoral education program. Dr. Richards came to MISD as the assistant superintendent in 2012, so he's been here for about 12 years, and he became the superintendent in 2015 when Gene Sheets retired, and we've enjoyed working with Dr. R.L. Richards, and we'll miss him and wish him good luck as he moves to Lubbock and becomes a professor in the doctoral education program at Lubbock Christian University. You know, he has a mother who is 100 years old and still living in Lubbock, so he'll be much closer to her and other family, and we wish Dr. R.L. Richards the best of luck. Also, it was announced that Athletic Director Jason Richards will take the same job he has here at Muleshoe at the new Friendship Memorial High School, which is just getting underway out south of Lubbock in the not south of Lubbock, west of Lubbock in the Friendship School District out around Wolfforth, as they are starting a second high school out there. And so Jason Richards will be the athletic director, head football coach. His resignation is effective later in January. He spent 5 years as the athletic director, head football coach here in Muleshoe and led the Muleshoe Mules football team to a 31-25 record in those 5 years. And good luck to Jason Richards as he moves on to a bigger job, and we've enjoyed working with Coach Richards as well. Noemi Morrow, it was also announced, will retire After 24 years of service to the Muleshoe Independent School District, and of course her last job has been as the assistant administrative assistant to Dr. R.L. Richards, and we've always enjoyed working with Noemi Mora, and she is a wonderful person and a great employee, and did many things of service to the school district here in Muleshoe. So enjoy your retirement, Noemi Mora. So 3 big resignations and a retirement coming out of Monday's MISD Board of Trustees meeting. Good luck to Dr. R.L. Richards, head coach, athletic director, Jason Richards, and Noemi Mora as they move on from the Muleshoe ISD. Well, we do have some. Well, first off, let's talk about tonight. There is a big event going on tonight as the Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce will hold their annual banquet and name the Man and Woman of the Year, Business of the Year, Employee of the Year, etc. This evening, Thursday, January the 16th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. at the Desert Rose. They will serve a meal there, and they will also have a speaker. The Master of Ceremonies will be Sergio Leal. The speaker will be Steve Friskup. The Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce president is Chris Cage. The vice president is Keely Bass. The secretary is Brighton Steinbach. And again, the 2025 Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce Chamber Banquet will be this evening, Thursday, January the 16th at 6:30 p.m. at the Desert Rose, just west at the edge of Muleshoe. The new Chamber's manager is Bernadette Bradley. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, the original Leal's, right here in Muleshoe, 1010 West American Boulevard, where Victor and Debbie Leal, Kika, and all of her employees and staff want to wish you a very, very happy and prosperous 2025. They look forward to serving you the freshest, most homemade Mexican food right here in Muleshoe at the original Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard. Don't forget, they are now open again on Sundays, 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. every Sunday right here in Muleshoe. So go out and enjoy church and then come and eat a hot, fresh, homemade Mexican dinner at the Leal's, the original, 1010 West American Boulevard. Victor, Debbie, Angelica, and all of their staff at the original Leal's, 1010 West American Boulevard, want to wish you a very happy and prosperous 2025. Well, the Muleshoe Hospital District is pleased to enter the new year with the addition of a brand new medical doctor, Dr. David Warner, as he's been in action for several months now here at the medical clinic of Muleshoe, and he is practicing here in the Muleshoe Hospital District. And if you want to make an appointment to see Dr. David Warner, you can contact the medical clinic of Muleshoe by calling 806-272-7544. They're located at 701 South First Street, the medical clinic of Muleshoe. We all welcome Dr. David Warner, MD, to the team at the Muleshoe Area Hospital District. And again, he's seeing patients now. Call to schedule an appointment, 806-272-7544, or walk in at 701 South First Street. The medical clinic of Muleshoe welcomes Dr. David Warner to their staff, and we're glad to have a full MD here in Muleshoe. Well, some scores and stats and standings from basketball up at high school to give for you. The Mules varsity basketball team are 0-6 in district action. Their last game on Tuesday, January 14th, they lost to Shallowater 23-84. Then last Saturday, of course, that game had to be moved because of the snow to Saturday, January the 11th, the Mules lost to Slayton 26-79. On the girls' side, the Lady Mules are 1-7 in district action. This past Tuesday, January 14th, they lost to Shallowater 19-72. Then Saturday, the Lady Mules lost to Slayton 36-55. All the basketball teams will be in action next this coming Friday night, tomorrow, January the 17th, on the road at Idalou. So good luck to the Mules and Lady Mules as they are in action Friday at Idalou. Well, St. Anne's Catholic Church announces to us that they are having their annual German sausage dinner Sunday, January 26th from 11:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. That's Texas time at St. Anne's Parish Hall on 3rd Street in Bovina. They'll be serving homemade German sausage, creamed potatoes and gravy, green beans, homemade sauerkraut, homemade bread, homemade desserts, tea or coffee. Donation is $18 for adults, $6 for children under 6. Takeout plates are available at no additional charge. Sausage will be available to purchase on the day of the dinner or by contacting the St. Anne's member prior to the dinner. They make regular jalapeno and green chili sausage. Again, the St. Anne's Catholic Church annual German sausage dinner will be held Sunday, January 26th from 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the St. Anne's Parish Hall on 3rd Street in Bovina. They'll be serving homemade German sausage, creamed potatoes and gravy, green beans, homemade sauerkraut, bread, homemade desserts, tea, or coffee. Well, next week will be the 2025 Bailey County Junior Livestock Show and Auction, and it will be a little bit different this year as they are going to do the Rabbit and Chicken Show now on Thursday evening, and we will start live streaming that Thursday evening, January 23rd at 6 p.m. Again, the Rabbit Show will be first, and then the Chicken Show with Teresa DeSautel, the judge. Then it will conclude for the night, and then early Friday morning, January 24th, beginning at 8 a.m., the second day of the show will begin with goats, starting straight up at 8, and then followed by sheep, both judged by Kevin Williams. They will have an ATB show, have a break, then have a swine show with Kevin Williams, Pee-wee show, steers, then beef heifers, both judged by Kevin Williams as well, then a dairy cattle show with Michaela Osinga. After that, we'll follow the annual Jimmy Dale Black Showmanship Award Drive and the Premier Exhibitor Awards, and we will live stream that whole show on Thursday evening, and then Friday it will be broken up into two, a morning broadcast and then an afternoon broadcast with all the goat, sheep, swine, peewee, steers, beef heifers, and dairy cattle show, along with the Jimmy Dale Black Showmanship Award. Then on Saturday, of course, we won't be live streaming these things. January 25th, we'll have a buyer's meal beginning at 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. A premium and product sale will take place at 1 p.m. there on Saturday at the Bailey County Coliseum. The announcer will be Jim Daniel for this year's show, auctioneer Thurman Myers, photographer April McDermott, and the night watchman Philip Espinoza. Thanks to everyone who worked so hard to make the Livestock Show successful. And again, this year's show is next Thursday and Friday and Saturday next week. And, of course, we will be live streaming the Thursday evening show and all day Friday. And that will be brought to you by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Barrett Potato Farms, Burton Service Center, Dell Oil Company, High Tech Automotive, Lee Alice Tortilla Factory, McCormick Seed, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Muleshoe Livestock Auction, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, WTG Fuels, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, Muleshoe Independent School District, Mohawk Auto Parts, McDonald's Restaurant, Bammert Seed, and Muleshoe Feed Barn. Look for that next week, the big 2025 Bailey County Livestock Show, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all next week. Well, on your prayer list today, please remember Dave Brown and James Byers, Emily Bomer Towson, Bill Crenshaw, Joe Bledsoe, Joseph Carpenter, Eddie Morris, Carol Ring, Janice Snell, Missy Spratlin, Lonnie Spratlin, Cliff Black, Peggy Seagroves, Darlene Henry, Linda Lutz, Marlene McDonald, Janice Snell, Helen, remember Suzanne Nichols and Robert Johnson, Dick Chitwood, Olivia Barrera, Cliff Black, Julie Cage, Bert and Larry Combs, Wanda Schaefer, Melba King, Sue Basir, Travis Basir, Dorothy Wire, Larry Combs, Ed and Carol Cox, Betty Noble, Joe Jinks. Please keep on your prayer list today those recently grieving the loss of a loved one, which include the family of Rose Marie Buckner, the family of Maria Alvarado, the family of Sammie Simpson, and the family of Joe Pat Riley, the family of Raymond J.R. Austin Jr., the family of Sammy Gonzalez, the family of Mike Maines, the family of Mary Ann Mayfield need to be on your prayer list today, and the family of Socorro Granillo Enriquez. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program anytime, free of charge, on demand. There's also a ton, nearly a decade worth of archived ones, free of charge, on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Star parties at the Marathon Motel. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCEC. COOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
The Marathon Motel in Marathon has star parties every night, weather permitting.
Yeah, we have a 20-inch mirror. We have a 24-inch as well as a 13 and a 6 here. So for the star parties, how many people are here, how many people are out there to help me, that determines how many scopes we get out.
Bill Ramey is the resident astronomer and host of the star parties.
Looking through a 20-inch scope, we can see things you can never dream of with your unaided eye. With an unaided eye, you cannot see the rich colors of nebulas, like the Orion Nebula, the Horsehead Nebula, Cat's Paw Nebula. There's so many nebulas that we can see here. I'm an astrophotographer, actually. There's an on-site dome here that I use to put my equipment in.
Bill set up a room full of remote telescopes.
We have 6 scopes inside. They're private scopes. They're from people from the United States, okay? They come and set up their scope inside, and then they go back to their home.
People in Tennessee or New York can see the stars over Marathon.
They remote in to the observatory at night on their computer at home. They could be taking a bath. They could be sitting on the sofa. They could be anywhere in the world, and they can remote into this observatory and move their scope and take pictures, just like I do being here, and they're astrophotographers.
Bill studied linguistics and astrophysics in Missouri, then came down to ride his bicycle in the mountains and was impressed with the nighttime sky. So he stayed.
My interest here was a quiet place where I could continue my studies in linguistics and writing articles and so forth. I said to myself, when I retire, I'm going to come back here because of the dark skies. This area is classified as a Bortle 1, dark sky. Secondly, because of the lack of traffic. That boils down to great bicycle riding.
Bill Ramey of the Marathon Motel Star Parties. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.